Failure is not what destroys most great companies. Winning is. Not early wins, not hard-earned victories, but sustained, uninterrupted dominance. Because when an organization wins for too long, it begins to believe the environment confirms its superiority, and that belief quietly changes how it thinks. This channel examines the structural psychology behind business power. Today, we're breaking down why prolonged success, the ultimate goal for most companies, can become the very condition that leads to decline. When a company wins repeatedly, its history becomes proof of correctness. Past decisions are validated, leadership instincts are reinforced, strategy feels reliable, success edits memory, mistakes are reframed as learning, risks are remembered as vision, luck is remembered as foresight. Over time, the organization stops separating skill from circumstance. And that is where distortion begins. Winning builds confidence. Confidence improves execution. Improved execution increases results. But confidence can escalate beyond calibration. Leaders begin trusting intuition more than data. Teams assume momentum will continue. Risk perception declines. The company shifts from disciplined growth to assumed inevitability. Early wins require discipline. Focus is sharp. Costs are controlled. Strategy is debated intensely. After prolonged success, discipline feels less urgent. Margins cushion inefficiency. Brand strength forgives mistakes. Customers tolerate minor missteps. The organization does not become careless. It becomes comfortable. At first, companies compete to win. Later, they defend to maintain. Defensive posture changes behavior. Innovation slows. Acquisitions replace invention. Messaging emphasizes legacy over evolution. The organization protects its position, instead of challenging it, and markets punish defense over time. Long success stabilizes leadership. Power structures solidify. Decision-making centralizes. Cultural narratives become sacred. Challenging the dominant story becomes harder. New voices struggle to rise. The system grows rigid, while the market remains fluid. Decline does not start with collapse. It begins with subtle erosion. Customer excitement fades. Talent mobility slows. Strategic boldness narrows. But revenue may still rise. Winning masks weakening foundations. Externally, the company appears dominant. Internally, adaptability shrinks. Long-term winners refine their systems aggressively. Processes become efficient. Operations become predictable. Execution becomes precise. But extreme optimization reduces flexibility. When change finally demands restructuring, the system resists it. The company becomes excellent at maintaining what exists, and slow at creating what doesn't. Winning companies receive praise. Media reinforces narrative. Investors reward consistency. Employees internalize superiority. External validation strengthens internal certainty. Certainty reduces curiosity. And curiosity is the first casualty of prolonged dominance. Long-term winners begin taking different types of risks. Not strategic risks, reputation risks. They assume brand strength protects them, so expansion becomes aggressive, diversification becomes ambitious, complexity increases, the system stretches beyond coherence, and correction becomes expensive. The longer a company wins, the harder it becomes to imagine losing. Competitors appear small, threats look temporary, disruption seems improbable, but markets do not attack dominance directly. They redefine value. By the time the winning company recognizes the shift, it is no longer competing on the same terms. Winning becomes identity. The company is not just successful, it is success. This identity shapes hiring, marketing, strategy, culture. Changing direction feels like betrayal of what made the company great. So change is incremental. Incremental change cannot counter structural shifts. Early talent joins for growth. Later talent joins for prestige. Prestige attracts stability seekers. Entrepreneurial energy declines. Internal ambition becomes more political than creative. The organization still hires smart people, but the psychological profile shifts. From builders to maintainers. Companies that win too long rarely fail quickly. They plateau. Plateau feels stable. Stability feels safe. Safe feels permanent. By the time decline becomes visible, correction requires transformation, not adjustment. And transformation is hardest when you have the most to lose. Some companies win for decades without collapsing. They share one trait. They distrust their own success. They audit assumptions regularly. They disrupt profitable models intentionally. They invite external criticism. They rotate power. They invest in uncomfortable experiments. They treat success as temporary, not permanent. Winning proves capability, but it also creates attachment. Attachment narrows vision. Narrow vision weakens adaptation. Adaptation determines survival. So the companies most capable of long-term dominance are those that refuse to believe dominance is guaranteed. Failure teaches quickly, winning teaches slowly, and slow lessons are often ignored. Companies do not collapse because they lose momentum once. They collapse because prolonged success reprograms how they think. The market never stops evolving, but organizations that win too long often do, and evolution punishes certainty more than it punishes weakness.